Quite literally had the best worst first date last night. He wanted to take me to the local pop-up market to buy himself some locally made honey. We were supposed to meet at 1 p.m., but I was running super late and didn't show until close to 1:30 because I had to run back to my apartment to fix my hair that had just gotten frizzy from the humidity outside. Meanwhile, the market was scheduled to close at 1:30, while we managed to find a honey vendor at the last minute. We ultimately had to go to a different pop-up market to browse around like we really wanted to. This was fully on me, and I profusely apologized. He was very gracious. When we arrived at the second market, the honey vendor had loads of bees just casually hanging out around her station, dipping themselves in and out of her jars of honey. I am not a nature person at all, so this freaked me out pretty bad. But I tried to play it cool. BC Mama didn't raise no punk. My date asked if I wanted to sample any of the honey, and I regrettably said yes. I apparently didn't eat the honey fast enough because one of the bees landed on my sample stick. As soon as I raised it towards my mouth, I freaked out, and my date kindly took the stick from me. But then more bees came looking for more from me, and I lost all ability to keep my composure, and I ran away from the vendor stand in a bit of frantic. I waited like 20 feet away while he finished buying his honey, and at that point I definitely did not think I would be getting a second date. He eventually asked to take me to dinner, to which I agreed. We were on the metro train on the way to a restaurant he picked out, when he checked their hours, and realized that they were closed on Sundays. Thankfully, he had a Plan B restaurant, but it required us to hop off the current train and onto another one to go in a different direction. He didn't necessarily tell me this plan, so when the metro stopped, he hopped up and got off the train and waited for me. But I was straggling behind, and the doors started to close as I went to step off. He literally took his whole body and placed himself between the doors, but they wouldn't open back up. Next thing I know, we were both standing on either side of the train, staring at each other through the windows of the closed train doors with our mouths fully agape just before the train sped off. Ironically, we had spent the 30 minutes prior casually sharing our worst first date stories. So when we finally met back up, I said, "How's that for a first date story?" and we died laughing. I think after so much in such a short period of time, the ice was officially and permanently broken because the rest of the night just felt so smooth and natural. We had an amazing dinner, and I realized just how compatible we really are in almost every area. We laughed a lot, we joked a lot, and we have extremely similar backgrounds to the point where we were reminiscing our individual childhoods, without either of us having ever jointly been there. After dinner and when night fell, he offered to walk me back to the metro, and on the walk there told me how much of a great time he had. The feeling was completely mutual, and I communicated as much. He then stopped me and took approximately 15 seconds attempting to ask if he could kiss me, without explicitly asking, which I thought was the cutest thing ever. We kissed under the stars near our new favorite intersection, and I have had butterflies ever since we planned our second date immediately after. TLDR showed up late to a pop-up market date, got swarmed by bees while trying to sample honey. Thought I blew it. Ended up stranded on opposite sides of a metro train. From him, laughed it off, had deep conversations, amazing dinner, and a kiss under the stars. Second date already planned, chaotic as ever, but easily the best worst first date of my life.